just joshing. I'ma spend this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.
Hey everyone, my name is Khadijah Lashaun. I hope you are doing well. I hope your family is safe and healthy right now. Today I'm coming to you with a quick video about how to double your hair growth. Just a little background around me. I went natural 4 years ago. It was my sophomore year of college. I went natural because I actually saw, I had a lot of friends who were natural at the time, and I didn't really know what being natural was. I was just very confused about what being natural meant, so I just kept watching videos about how to transition from relaxed hair to natural hair. I was getting very unsatisfied because it was taking too long for my hair to transition. So I wound up getting like really frustrated one day. It was actually right after I had my first weave. I've never had a weave before prior to college. So like in college, I was just like, you know, I'm trying to transition, so I should do a protective style, you know, like people say. I had a closure and everything. I can insert pictures here. I did not really like how it turned out. Like, I liked the physical hair of it, and I actually I have some videos, some links below about different tutorials I did with it. I did some wand curls, and I did some like I showed you guys how to basically bleach the hair to get the ombre look, and it came out very well. The color look, it was very beautiful, but I didn't really like how the closure looked on my head. Like, the person who did my closure either, so I can't really judge. But you know, if I'm paying you to do my hair, I kind of want it to look like I don't have a closure, you know. So I didn't really like how it turned out. So after about, I want to say 2 weeks of having the weave in, I just decided, you know, I was just like, I'm tired of this. I really don't want this weave in my hair anymore. So I took the weave out. My best friend Kyla helped me. But when I took the weave out, my hair underneath it, like, I was looking at myself in the mirror, you know. I was just like, yo, I'm so tired of my hair. Because when you take your weave out and your hair is transitioning, like, you can only do so much with it. I'll insert some links below showing some styles that I did when I had transitioning hair too, because there are some styles that you can do, but they aren't going to get the same results as if your hair was natural. So basically, I took my hair out, took the cornrows out, and I was looking in the mirror at my hair, and it just did not look like hair that I wanted to keep anymore, you know. And at this time, this is the mind frame I was in. I was a sophomore in college. I didn't have my glow up yet, so to be honest, guys weren't really looking my way, so I wasn't really interested in, I wasn't really that focused on my appearance, if that makes sense. So if I cut my hair off and I look like a crazy person, it doesn't really matter, because I don't really have anybody that I'm attracted to at the school. So I don't have anybody I have to show off for. So I was just like, you know what? I watched a video, Alyssa Forever's video about how to go natural. I'll put the link here. And I just was just so inspired. I was like, oh my gosh, you can do so many things with natural hair. Like, you can like do all this and this, and like I can do a wash and go. Like, I don't even know what a wash and go is at the time, and I was just like very inspired by like the opportunity. And to be honest with you, I had never had my hair in its natural state before that time, so I really didn't know what my curl texture was going to turn out to be. So it was a risk, and I just decided, you know what, fuck this cornrow, crinkly, dry, damaged looking hair. Like, I'm so tired of it. So I actually took a spray bottle to the hair that I had at the time, and I sprayed it, and I was like looking to see if I could figure out what my curl texture was, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I have curls. Like, I couldn't see them super curly, but when I wet it with water, you know, it was actually curling up, you know. So I was like, oh my gosh, I think I may have curls. So I was just like, you know what, Kyla, we gotta film this, and I'll put the link here so you guys can see. But I was like, we have to film this because, you know, we have a YouTube channel, a natural YouTube channel. I was the I was the director. segment. I was the camera person and editor. I was like on the back end of it. When we decided to do it, you know, it was supposed to be just them two on camera and me handling all the techie stuff because I was a film major. But eventually I just started getting on camera too because they kept encouraging me to. So I was just like, okay. So I filmed my big chop. And I did have curls, you know, you can see them a little bit now. So I was very happy that I had curls, and I was very happy that like my hair looked healthy. You know, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so new. I've never done anything like this before. So from that point, you know, I did my fair share of research around how to get your hair to grow fast, because obviously if you have a teeny weeny afro, you want so bad to get to at least the in-between stage, you know, so that you can have a little bit more hair to work with. Because when your hair is that short, and mind you, my hair was like this short starting out, you can't really do anything with it. Like, you can't do anything more than like a wash and go. And if your curls don't turn out the right way with the wash and go, or you don't know the right product combinations, you know, it's like really not a lot to do. Like, you can look crazy, you know, during that stage. So I didn't want to look crazy. So I just did my research about how to grow my hair, how to style my hair, like things to look for. If you guys are recently, are thinking about big chopping or have recently big chopped, good things to look up for videos or tutorials is TWA, which means teeny weeny afro. That is a keyword in the natural hair community that basically means you have very short hair, a teeny weeny afro. Okay, so when you look up videos like that, look up TWA styles, TWA routines, you know, because people can teach you a lot on YouTube. Like, this place is for everybody to learn as much information as possible. So yes, I had a teeny weeny afro for about a year, I want to say. I mean, it's kind of questionable about when you move on from the TWA to something else. Like, there's no set, this is a TWA, like, it's just, you know, it's just different terms. But so I tried a lot of different methods to grow my hair, and right now it's shrunken, but my hair is sitting like right here when it's straight. So that's 4 years of growth that I've been able to maintain and maintain growth. And here are a couple of tips to help you guys if you guys are looking to do the same. So first thing on my list is maintaining natural hair growth. So the first step to maintaining growth, well, no, the first step to hair growth is to maintain the hair that is naturally growing out of your scalp. And what I mean when I say that is that your hair naturally grows, I believe it's a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch to a 1/2 inch, depending on your genetics and stuff like that. But your hair naturally grows every month. Either it's a 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, a 1/2 inch. Your hair grows every month. So if you are the type of person where your hair stays the same length forever, that happened to me before too. I want to be honest with you. There is a certain stage at which your hair kind of like stunts off growth, but a lot of times the reason why people are not receiving hair growth results is because they are doing the same thing over and over and over. And sometimes you have to switch it up. Even if you have the best tools in your toolbox and you're doing everything you can to maintain your natural hair and keep it healthy, sometimes that can still make your hair stunt its growth. And part of it is elimination of certain things. So I will get into that a little bit later, but I just want to say, as a natural person, even if you're not natural, everybody needs a hair routine. And by that I mean you need to have a set, okay, I will do this every week or every day for my hair. I will stay consistent, meaning I'm not going to switch up. I'm going to at least have these bare essentials. For me, my hair routine is typically I wash my hair every week, at least once a week, and I wear a bonnet every night. I detangle my hair when I shower. I do scalp massages, like things like that that you incorporate in your hair routine that you keep on a consistent basis. So in order to maintain hair health, it's a lot of different pieces to the puzzle. But once you find your puzzle and you have it all together, you're like, okay, this is my hair routine. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And I don't mean the same products. I just mean be consistent in what you're doing to keep your hair healthy. So whatever that means to you, it's up to you to decide. You do your research and you figure out what is the best hair routine for you. But maintaining hair growth, you have to maintain a consistent routine. So your hair knows what to expect, is getting moisture every week or every month. Whatever your hair needs, you need to be doing it consistently. So that's how you maintain the hair that's naturally growing. However, if you want to increase or double your hair growth, there are a lot of tips I can suggest, and you're gonna hear in a second. So the next tip I have is to do a 15-minute scalp massage every day. Okay, 15 minutes sounds like a lot, but I mean, you probably scroll on your phone for hours, 30 minutes to an hour, or hours during the day. So you can definitely, you know, put a video on, you know, maybe watch a tutorial of somebody doing a hair scalp massage. You can get some suggestions for how to massage your scalp, because there are different techniques that people use. But honestly, a good oil, some water, you want your hair to be damp. This is my tips for you if you're trying to do a scalp massage. So you want your hair to be damp when you're starting. The reason why is because warm water, by the way. Warm water opens up your hair pores and it makes your hair more pliable and more movable. If you don't put any water on your hair, then your hair is kind of like stiff. You know, it's prone to breakage if you start moving it around. So the best way to manipulate your hair is always to wet it first. So wet it with some warm water, and then what just happened? Oh my gosh, I did not mean to do that. Why did it do that? I'm sorry. I'm having technical difficulties. All right. Okay. So a scalp massage, you can use a hair growth oil or any oil. You can use coconut oil. It's good to heat up the oil before you use it. Your hair is naturally hot, so it's going to heat up as you massage, but it's good to heat it up because it'll open up your scalp and really get in there, you know. And the thing about scalp massages, and just so you know why it causes hair growth or increases hair growth, is because it's increasing the blood circulation in your brain. So in your scalp. So the reason why hair grows, it needs certain things. It needs nutrients. It gets the nutrients from the blood in your scalp. So if the blood in your scalp is just staying in the same place, it's not moving and increasing circulation. So it's not getting the nutrients out to the rest of your hair. So if you have long hair or short hair tends to be more moisturized. Long hair needs more extra moisture to stay moisturized because the hair is older. So basically, when you increase the blood circulation in your scalp, it increases hair growth in return. So 15-minute scalp massage every day will do you good. It's not going to hurt you. It feels good. So if you have a partner or you have a friend or you want to do it yourself, definitely do a 15-minute scalp massage every day if you want to increase hair growth. All right, so I just went over, I'm sorry, my camera battery died, so I had to get another battery. So yep, I went over the 15-minute scalp massages. Those are good for your hair health and also good for self-care, guys, which we need right now. So the next thing I have is reducing styling tools, and by that I mean I'm gonna put some picture examples because I don't really have too many styling tools, and if I do, they're upstairs and I don't feel like getting them right now. So I'm gonna insert a picture here of the styling tools I do not recommend. Fine tooth combs are one of them. Even if you, I'm sorry, I keep saying even if you get, you know, your hair straightened and you use a fine tooth comb and it's like, okay, combs through, cool, that's fine, you know, if you have your hair straight. But if you have your hair in its natural hair texture, and by this I mean curls, kinks, coils, all that, afro, whatever. If you have your hair in its natural hair texture and you're trying to use a fine tooth comb, you probably already know by now you shouldn't be using it, because if you tried, you know, they're just gonna break, one. And then two, if you do use it, you're gonna break your hair. So it's a double-edged sword, meaning like you don't want to use it because you're gonna break the comb, and two, you're gonna break your hair in the process. And by that I mean, if you try to use a fine tooth comb to comb natural hair, it's just gonna pull hair out, and that is not the recipe for hair growth or hair health. So I don't recommend fine tooth combs. I don't recommend using a styling tool without your hair being wet. And by wet, I mean either damp, soaking wet, have a product on it or something, but do not try, if you, okay. Please, guys, please don't try to detangle on dry hair. The reason why I say that, when your hair is dry, it is brittle, you know. Even if it is moisturized, your hair is brittle, meaning like it's prone to breakage, meaning you don't want to do that. So I just would not recommend detangling on dry hair. I always recommend people to detangle on wet or damp hair. You can wet your hair with a spray bottle, you can put it in the shower and wet it and detangle it from there, but do not, please, I repeat, do not detangle on dry hair. So that is a recipe for disaster, hair breakage, hair loss of hair growth, stuff like that. So just don't detangle on dry hair. So if you do decide to use styling tools, again, like I said, wet your hair before detangling, wet your hair before using any styling tools. And by styling tools, I mean styling tools that don't use any type of electricity, like combs, brushes, stuff like that. I don't recommend brushes. The reason why, and when I say brushes, I mean those, like, not the Bear brittle brush, but the old school brushes. I'll put a picture right here. Those brushes that were hard as hell, that are like $1 or 99 cents or 20 cents or whatever, how much at the beauty supply. I do not recommend those brushes because they are very hard, and if they're very hard on your skin, imagine brushing your skin, even just lightly brushing your skin with one of those brushes. Imagine what it's doing to your hair. I just don't recommend that at all. But I know people like having slick back buns and slick back ponies and stuff like that. You can still achieve, you know, sleek results without one of those brushes. You can use what is called a boar bristle hairbrush or whatever like that. Put a picture here. But yeah, those brushes, I think they're better because they're softer. They're a soft bristle. The ones that they sell at the beauty supply tend to have a hard texture, and it's like really scratchy, and just, it's not good for your scalp or your hair. So I recommend reducing on styling tools if you can. I personally finger detangle my hair. It takes a long time, like a very, very long time to detangle, but it's worth it because I can feel, like, I can physically feel the tangles and like take them out myself instead of, you know, raking through tangles. Again, different hair lengths experience different problems. Like when I had my hair short and curly, I didn't have to worry about finger detangling or anything like that because the tangles weren't really there. But as my hair grew longer, I found that my hair section back here at my crown was like the driest area, or it got the driest because it's most exposed to the elements like the sun, wind, the cold. Your hair is also sensitive to the elements, so like you have to protect it depending on what season you're in. That could be one of my tips too, is do some research around like what products to use during which seasons and your climate. So depending on where you live, if you're in the US or in a different climate, there's a lot of different climates in the US, but depending on where you are, things like the weather, what is it called? Humidity. Humidity can impact how your hair reacts outside and stuff like that. Like everybody's had experience, especially if you're natural, where you have your hair straightened, sleeked, laid to the gods, and then like you go outside and poof, and it's gone. Everything is gone. So yeah, I definitely feel like styling tools are, I don't really recommend them, but if you are going to use styling tools, always detangle on wet hair, damp or wet hair, and hair with a leave-in, detangler, water. You know, you need some type of product in your hair when you're manipulating it, just to keep it safe and keep it healthy as possible. Because I know I've had those days where I feel lazy. I'm just like, yo, I'm so tired of my hair. And I just try to detangle it while it's dry. And then I just always regret it, because you hear the snaps and you just hear your hair wearing itself down. So, yeah, I recommend finger detangling. If you guys would like a detailed video on how to finger detangle your hair, I can give some suggestions. I can do it myself if that's what you guys want, or I can just send you links or put links in the video showing you different finger detangling topics, finger detangling techniques. Sorry. Okay, so yep. Also recommend a wide tooth comb when you're detangling. So if you don't use your fingers to detangle, a wide tooth comb is good because it doesn't typically damage your hair like that. I've also heard a lot of talk around the easy detangler. I'll put a screenshot here. I've never used it myself, but it looks like how I've heard people describe it, it sounds like it's good for our hair and it's conducive to hair health. So I can't recommend it because I haven't personally tried it, but I've heard of other people who recommend the easy detangler for detangling. They say it makes it much easier and it makes your hair more manageable. So there you go. Okay, fourth tip number 4 is no heat and no hot styling tools. If you want hair growth, if you would like your hair to be flourish and grow towards the sun, I do not recommend using heat styling tools. And this includes going to the salon, you know, and getting your hair straightened and styled so that you can get it trimmed. I've made that mistake. I actually recently made that mistake. That's why I'm dealing with a little bit of heat damage now. I don't recommend heat styling tools because even with like all the heat protection in the world, our hair doesn't naturally go that way. So you have to do a lot of work to get it to look how you want it to look. And all that work is going to damage your hair. I mean, I'm not saying it's guaranteed to damage your hair, but it can damage your hair. So, and it also makes your hair weaker. You know, heat does make your hair weaker. So I would recommend that if you're looking to increase your hair growth and you want to go a healthier route, reducing or cutting yourself off from heat styling tools. Like throw them away, throw all the flat irons away, throw all the I mean, I know a lot of people, even naturals, use blow dryers. I don't use blow dryers. I tend to air dry or use a cotton t-shirt to dry my hair. But yeah, heat styling tools, cutting out heat is a great way to increase your hair growth because you're not pushing yourself back from the starting line. So by that I mean, if you're in a race and say you're here and then the starting line is here. If you use heat and you're trying to get to the goal, I'm sorry, this is getting too complicated. So I'm just saying, don't use heat styling tools. Tip number 5. So my next tip for you guys is to start taking vitamins. There's a lot of vitamins that are good for hair health, but specific for hair growth, like increased hair growth, there are 2 things I can recommend, specifically biotin pills because I've tried them myself. On top of that is prenatal vitamins. I haven't tried those myself, but that's always been the next thing that a lot of people recommend because prenatal vitamins, I believe they have biotin in them along with a lot of other nutrients. And if you guys know, a lot of pregnant people who take prenatal vitamins, their hair grows so thick and so healthy. So you can take those you don't have to be pregnant to take prenatal vitamins, but those help increase hair growth. I actually received a lot of hair growth from biotin pills. That is what I solely used consistently. And by consistently, I mean every day. If you want something to work, whatever your technique is, if you're trying to use a technique on your hair and you want it to work, you have to do it consistently. So consistency is key, guys. It's a key to success. So I would say Biotin pills are good. I would start on a low dosage. A lot of people actually say that when they use biotin pills that they get acne breakouts. I did not personally experience that because I drink a lot of water. But if you don't drink a lot of water, you should drink a lot of water if you start taking biotin pills, because it can lead to acne breakouts. I've heard of other people say that. As far as specific biotin pills I can recommend, I know a lot of people who have used the Nature Bounty vitamins. I can put a link here. I've heard a lot of people use that. Another thing you can use is just whatever the generic brand of biotin pills are, and just like a lower dosage. What I did was I did 1 month at the, I believe it was like 1,000 milligrams. Research. Whatever you do to your hair, make sure you do your research. I'm not going to give you all the facts in this video. I'm just going to give you tips and ideas, and I want you to go from there and use this as a springboard to hair health and hair growth. So what I can say is that you can use the generic biotin pill brand, whatever they have in store. It's all the same ingredient, so it doesn't really matter. But consistently every day take it. Every day take it. If you take birth control, I did at the time, so it was a good pairing, I guess, because I always remember to take my birth control, because you need to do that. Do not forget a birth control pill, guys. I'm not even talking about just for your sex. I'm talking about for your period. Your period will break through. Sorry, I'm getting in a side note. But just so you guys know, if you do take birth control pills, your period will break through if you miss a pill, and that sucks. I don't really like having my period, so having it when I don't expect it is even worse. So biotin pills, prenatal vitamins, definitely recommend. I know a lot of hair brands like the Main Choice. I'll put some pictures here. The Main Choice, Mile Organics. Those are the top 2 ones I noticed. They have not prenatal vitamins. They have hair growth vitamins that I've heard a lot of naturals vouch for. So definitely those are options too. But vitamins in general, they're not typically going to hurt you. So why not give it a try and see if it works? So prenatal and biotin pills are what I recommend. And then if you want to try hair vitamins from a specific brand that you vouch for, or you heard other people vouch for, definitely go for it and see how it goes. Again, when you take vitamins, you have to take a lot of water so that it digests and dissolves, I believe. So just drink a lot of water. That's just a good tip in general. Okay, so tip number 6. This is for anybody who is not natural. Go natural. That's a great way to increase your hair growth. I'm not saying that going natural is for everybody. I'm just saying if you want hair growth and you want hair health, a good way to do that is to go natural. And by that means cutting off heat, cutting off certain chemical processes. By that I mean hair color. So hair color, guys, I know everybody immediately thinks relaxer and perm is like the worst things you can do to your hair, and they are some of the worst things that you can do to your hair as far as the hair health. But hair color can be bad too. I'm not saying that if you go to a professional, if you do it by yourself, hair color can be bad, especially if you don't know what you're doing. I always encourage people to research something before you try it on your hair, because it's your hair, and you know, you got to live with it unless you cut it all off. So I definitely think hair color, repetitive hair color treatments can be damaging over time. I've noticed a lot of YouTubers and even people in my life actually go through experiences with hair color where they immediately regretted it after they did a hair color because their hair texture changed. So if you are natural or you aren't natural, it depends on what look you're trying to achieve. If you want healthy hair, I definitely advise getting your hair color treated by a professional that has the receipts to prove that they know what they're doing. And by that I mean, it is 2020, guys, so if you are going to a hairstylist, they damn sure better have an Instagram, and they better have some results on their Instagram, because if you're going to someone and this is the first time you're seeing them, their hair looks jacked up, and you're gonna let them touch your hair, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it. But I would say that if you go to someone on Instagram who has the receipts to back them up, who you can see other people have walked away with great results, look to see if you see any people who they have done color treatments for who are natural. Because the thing is if you're going to color your hair and then immediately straighten your hair and you're natural, that is a dangerous combination. Because one, the chemical process of lifting the hair color, so if you're going for a lighter color, if you have dark hair and you're going for a light color, you have to lift the hair color, which means you have to basically bleach it, you know. That's really the only way to get the lighter color results with dark hair, because the dark hair color is so ingrained into your hair that they have to lift that hair color to get it to a lighter color, which changes your hair. It changes the bonds that form your hair strands. So I definitely feel like if you're going to get your hair colored, please go to a professional that you know will have you looking right and have your natural hair looking beautiful and healthy. That's the most important part, because I love color. I definitely want to color my hair. I don't know if I want to do it right now or eventually. I'll figure it out. I just have been avoiding it since I first went natural, because it sucks maintaining that shit. Like, you have to basically if you're gonna get your hair colored professionally, you have to maintain it professionally. Meaning, when you go back for a touch-up, don't use that box dye. Go back to the same person who did your hair and consistently go to them. You eventually become reliant on that hairstylist to get your hair to look the way it's supposed to look. And I am someone who always encourages people to save money. Save money. Go natural. Save money. It's like, no, I mean, being natural can be expensive at times too, but at least I decide how much I want to spend instead of somebody else deciding how much my hair should cost to look the way that I want it to look. Yeah, so go natural if that is what you want to do. Do not let people peer pressure you. Don't look at pictures of other people who are natural, who possibly have a different hair texture of you, and hope and wish that your hair will turn out the same. The thing about natural hair is that, like, a lot of people have their own, like, your hair is just your hair. Nobody can recreate your own DNA. You know, they can't recreate your own curl pattern. Like, you'll have similar curl patterns to somebody else, but you got to go natural for you, if that's the best decision for you financially. And to be honest with you guys, you know, with the whole quarantine and beauty supplies closing up, I don't know what would be a better time to go natural other than now. And if you guys are looking for hair recommendations, little ad here, I actually have my own Amazon store. It's basically like a store of my suggestions for everything on Amazon that is natural hair related. So if that is something that interests you guys, definitely take a look at the link below. I have 4 years of being natural under my belt. I've tried pretty much every product under the sun, every line, you name it, I probably tried it. And part of that is that I'm also heavily involved in the natural hair community. I've hosted my own natural hair events. I've reached out to, I've done partnerships with different natural hair brands. You know, like I've done a lot of different sponsorships and things like that with natural hair related entities. So I have a lot of experience under my belt as far as recommendations for different things. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, feel free to click the link below. And if you guys are looking for specific videos or anything like that, definitely comment below so I can give you guys the content that you're looking for. So back to the list. Go natural if that's what if that's what your heart desires and that what you financially can afford. So it's also very affordable because you don't have to go to the salon every 2 weeks, guys. Just a little. Okay, so the last tip that I have for you guys is to research the ingredients that are in the products that you are using on a daily basis. Research the brands that you are using for your hair care. Research which techniques work best for your hair. Research. When I went natural, I actually paid attention. I only paid attention because the YouTubers who I was watching, they actually recommended that I do that. That's why I am a big believer of passing on the knowledge so that the next person can be helped out and they can pass on more knowledge to the following person. So when I learned that, you know, like products like silicones or sulfates or mineral oil or parabens or preservatives, things like that, like different ingredient types impact the hair in different ways. So until you do your research around that, you are shopping blindly. You know, you're just picking up a product thinking, oh, it smells good, oh, it might work for my hair. It might, who knows, it might. I only say research the ingredients because if you are receiving the same results over and over, maybe you need to switch up the ingredients that you're using in your hair care. Me personally, I don't use silicones. I don't use silicones because of personal reasons. One, they actually coat your hair and give the appearance of moisture, while, you know, real moisturizing ingredients actually moisturize your hair. I don't want my hair to look healthy. I want it to feel healthy and be healthy. I want it to be healthy. So I eliminated that product, that ingredient, because it wasn't working for my hair routine. However, silicones might work great for the next person. They don't give the appearance of being healthy. They actually moisturize their curls. Who knows? Everybody's hair is different. Meaning everybody's hair will have different results with different things, because you can't, everybody's hair is different because their DNA is different, if that makes sense. So I don't personally use silicones or sulfates, but who knows, they might work for you. So I just definitely recommend people research and try different things, you know, try different things to achieve different results. You might be a Shea Moisture fanatic and you always use Shea Moisture everything, and then you try for years and years and you don't get the same results, you know. Sometimes your hair gets used to things and it needs a different thing to boost its health. So it's a lot of different things that go into hair health. This is a video, it was probably pretty long because I've been talking for a while, but I definitely feel like if this is helpful for you guys, definitely feel free to like this video, comment below what you want to see in the future. Comment below how your hair is doing. You know, how is your hair doing during this quarantine? Like, are you guys able to give your hair the same amount of self-care and attention as what you've usually been able to do? Or, you know, is there access as far as hair products? You know, are you able to receive the hair products that you need? Just let me know what's going on. I want to know how people are going through this situation, because it's hard for everybody. Everybody's being hit in some way or another. So I definitely recommend you guys comment below and let me know how you're doing, and definitely subscribe so you can see more.
You have a YouTube channel?
I do. I have a couple of them actually. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Just joshing. I'ma spend this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10.